y'all. Hey, joy comes in the morning. Joy comes in the morning. Yeah, when we wake up in the morning. Joy comes in the morning. Hey. Yeah. Alright, there we go. I'm getting up, y'all. I'm thawing out. Auntie went to sleep late. Hey, good morning. Go. Hey, good morning. Yeah, good morning. Dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. Yeah. Dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. Yeah. And so I thank you. I trust you. Yeah, I show you gratitude. Yahweh. Hey, no one above you. I trust you. Yeah, in everything you do. Yeah, Yahweh. Hey, yeah. When we wake up in the morning, yeah, joy comes in the morning. I had to get it together, y'all. I had to thaw out. I was sleepy or something. When we wake up in the morning, yeah. Alright, let me try that one again.
Dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, we feeling good and our life is moving forward.
Yeah. Dear Lord, when we wake up in the morning, we feeling good and our life is moving forward. Yeah. Dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward. Yeah. And so I love you. I trust you. Yeah, I show you gratitude. Yeah. No one above you. I trust you. Yeah, in everything you do. Yeah. Joy comes in the
Dear
morning.
Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and the life is moving forward. Dear Lord, when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling good and my life is moving forward.
Yeah. And so I love you. I trust you. Yeah.
I'm showing gratitude.
Hey. We showing gratitude.
Hey, I said I love you.
Hey.
I trust you.
Hey.
I'm showing gratitude. I said I love you.
Hey.
I trust you.
Hey.
I'm showing gratitude.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
I trust you.
Hey.
I'm showing gratitude.
Hey. Yeah. We giving praise in the morning.
We giving praise in the morning.
Hey. Yeah. We slaying demons with gratitude. Yeah. We slaying demons with gratitude. You ain't gotta have no attitude. Yeah. We slaying demons with gratitude. Yeah. When we wake up in the morning. Yeah. We giving praise in the morning. I say to the ancestors. Yeah. And all praise to the Most High. Hey. Joy comes in the morning.
Hey, tribe.
Hey y'all. Auntie was tired, okay? We had what do we call it? Late nights and early mornings, okay? Okay, we just out here working hard, y'all. So, you know, I had to thaw myself out. Like a piece of meat out the freezer. I had to get up. But we here and we at it and I feel good. And I hope you guys are feeling well and positive energy and attracting the life you desire, right? Because who could do it better than you, right?
Right.
And the life that you desire, it takes a lot of work, you know? A lot of the same thing, late nights and early mornings. It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation.
Right.
So you could be feeling the same way. You could be like, I feel you. It's Monday. It's, what is it? Monday morning, right? You could be feeling the same kind of energy, but we're going to fight through, you know? We're overcomers and we came here with a job to do. So guess what? The energy of the Most High says that we don't have to be worried, right? We will have the strength we need to get through. So that's what we got.
You know, I actually feel strong this morning, but, you know, I got a little bit of rest. I snuck a little bit yesterday, but I feel strong. But I also feel like an urgency, right? For me, in my duty, I feel an urgency to lay out a way where people can pull themselves out of the darkness that they face, right? That's my soul mission. You know, I'm a shadow worker. My soul mission is to get in there and show you, like, look, you know, this the shit that may be going on that you may not be aware of, right? So, like, I feel like there's an urgency on my behalf to do that. So I hope and pray that you connecting, that you learning something, that you pulling out your pen, and that you writing some things down. You know, I was laughing. I was telling Lala yesterday. You know, God gave me an energy. If you pull a card on me, you might get the devil, right? The devil might come out in your reading, right? That's as to confuse you unless you just a reader that's tapped in and you understand what it means, right? So I'm a person that's trying to show somebody how you make your darkness work for you, right? How do you be a light worker when you may have came through a canal full of darkness? Your family might have been dark. You might have been born into your own darkness. So how do you get through that, right? So that's my missive. Well, that's our missive, right? But she's a little more on the light side of things, like, you know, and I like that for us because, you know,
I don't know why y'all think that.
I mean, she, well.
I'm telling how I was supposed to be told.
Well, I think that she may resonate a little tiny bit more lighter than me, although she do got some dark things that protect her. That's why I call her walking karma, right? Very much a high priestess energy. But we're gonna tap into it. You got some downloads? I got 2.
No, but look, if y'all missed our live from last night, I recommend you go check it out.
Man,
it was way too lit.
Oh, it was informative. I'm talking about if you want to learn something. When spirit kick in and we get to working and you know spirit get to moving, we go back and listen and be like, oh man, like, you know, there'll be a lot of information there, right?
What y'all saying I can't see this morning?
Brian, I'm in darkness. Okay, sit still for a little while. You in the right place, bro. Sit down, sit your ass down for a little while. We're gonna help you, okay? That's what we do over here, right? I'm Uncle Hyro. That's Aunt Lala, right? Just so you know, we love you out the break, right?
For sure.
Now, I want to start off with the downloads, and it's protection against war in the astral realm and astral travelers, right? How do we protect ourselves, right? All right. Now, in 2019, the American Academy of Sleep Study, they tapped into the Vastu Shasta tradition, right? The Vastu Shasta tradition is the shamanic people. They traveled away to the ayahuascas, right? Well, they came up with, these are the people that invented the chakra systems, the Vastu tribe. So they came up with a dynamic called self sleep, where you sleep at the other end of your bed, right? And what it does is it changes your trajectory and your sleep state. Now, I always advise people to get a dream catcher and, anoint your dream catcher and put your dream catcher over your bed and sleep south the other way than you normally sleep. But that's a good way to begin to protect yourself in the astral realm against astral travelers, right? Focus and intentional prayers before you go to sleep, right? And changing the way that you perceive things in the natural, it can guard you in your sleep state. Like, if you're making room for demons to affect you in your natural state, most likely they will get to you when you sleep. If you fortifying yourself in your natural state, like, for instance, maybe you have people in your life and they have attacked you in a certain way, and maybe you are in an energy of making prayers and you giving them the benefit of the doubt, right? Spirit says that's not the route to go. Don't act mean towards anybody. There's no need for that. But you have to change the way you view your enemy, spiritual and the natural. Like, you can't make room in the natural for your enemy and think you're going to be protected against them in your sleep state. War is war. So if you wage war against your enemies when you woke, it gives you, when you go to sleep, I heard a wise man tell me, your enemy in your waking state is your enemy in your sleep state, right? It's just that it gets obscured. Some skill witches, they can pop up showing up as somebody else in your dream, right? But if you connect it, you can feel the energy because it just won't feel right, right? Mm-hmm. So at the other end of your bed, sleep, soft sleep.
I don't know. I got the church offering things in my hand. We went to church yesterday, and I guess I done took the offering. Okay, the offering envelope. So I was like, "What is this?"
I'm sitting here looking like.
I guess it's a sign.
Keep them. We gonna put
some money in them.
Put some money in them and take them back up. Man.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I'm gonna get the next one out the way so she can go ahead, right? The ones who give you divine words in life. Spirit says, be careful not to make their good evil spoke of, right? When we do this, we redirect the energy of the blessing in their word. It becomes a curse. What am I saying? Now, this is metaphysical. If somebody comes to you and they bless you with a word, right? Whether it's tarot, whether it's church, whether it's the mosque, the synagogue, whatever, if they come and bless your life with a word, don't have a change of heart 5 days down the line because something happened that you didn't like, and then make their good evil spoke of. Like, meaning, don't go back and say, oh, they gave you a blessing, but they said something you don't like, so now you projecting to people, I don't like them anyway. I don't know why because the word that blessed you now becomes the word that cursed you. A blessing and a curse is the same energy, right? They come from, in a sense, it's the same source of energy. It comes from the divine. That's why blessings become curses and vice versa. Curses become blessings, right? So in this energy, don't make the ones that bring you good words evil spoke of. Hold your peace about it, right? If somebody gave you a good word and then they turned around and did something you don't like, for me, I would speak on the good they did. I would ignore because I don't want to change. I don't want to redirect the energy of the blessing. And it happens all the time. That's why a lot of people in the situation they in, because they start talking bad about the people that bless their life with their word. So they word reverse.
Wow, that's crazy you said that. I had a download that's sitting right here, and I read it the other day, but I'm gonna read it again. I wasn't gonna read this today, but it's relevant to what he's speaking about. God can send you a person to save your life, unbeknownst to you. You can curse yourself by mistreating this divine gift in the form of a human.
Ooh, that's right together.
Yeah, so I wasn't even gonna read that, but I was listening to you and I was like, wow, that's crazy. So I don't know, I've been having like a lot of downloads about the angels lately, and you could be encountering angels right now. You know, angels are spiritual beings that only exist in heaven, but God is able to call them down to earth, and they can take human form and speak to people. So it's very, very important. I've been noticing they really manifest in like a lot of people that you would probably look past.
You look down on.
Look past or look down on. So be careful. I feel like God is telling me that he's been sending the angels down a lot to speak to people, and maybe you could be rejecting them. And oh boy, how would you feel if you knew that God sent down an angel to speak to you and you could be rejecting this energy? That would be very bad, right? So it says, pay attention to the people you are meeting out in public. You could be speaking directly to an angel. God uses angels to be sent down from heaven to speak to people. Now, they don't live in the world. Like, you know, God lives, he's in heaven and he's on earth. But, you know, the angels are only in heaven, but he does send them down. And maybe you don't truly believe this, but if you read, you will see that they can take on human form. I ran into angels a lot in my life. You know, I've been blessed, thank the Lord, to come in contact with quite a few angels. And I always knew they were angels because, for one, it was something about the way they look. Now, it wasn't just a physical beauty. It was something that made me drawn to them. I don't know. It was like something about them that it draws you in. And then they have a very calming voice. And normally they come in with some real strong, powerful advice or words, and then they disappear. Right? So, I don't know. Spirit is saying pay attention to people that are trying to speak to you, because you never know if you're entertaining one of the hosts.
And when you were saying that they come down and then they disappear, you know how it looks? Say you got a man laying on the street, sleep, homeless, right?
Yeah.
And then the angels of light, they take control of him. Maybe he's overtaken by darkness, right? But when God got a missive, he'll use that vessel. Because it's the people that live in both worlds that the angels often manifest in, right? So they'll come here, get up out and say something to you with so much wisdom, and then he gone right back into the state. That's how angels come and they go, right?
So that was one, and then let me see what else did I have for you guys. Okay, a lot of times we are given the way, but we prefer the shortcut, okay? Shortcuts always equal delays, okay? It delays the blessings and the abundance. Imagine a person showing you nothing but love, compassion, and grace, yet you refuse to trust or be loyal to the guidance, right? So Spirit is saying that, you know, the way has already been made for you, okay? There is no need to try to take a shortcut for anything, because you weren't made to take shortcuts. You're not a shortcut kind of person. You are a person that was made from a source of integrity, right? So shortcuts will never work for you. So Spirit is saying, if you will find yourself taking shortcuts, remember, it will delay your blessings and your abundance. Okay, so last one I have real quick. Why purchase a vehicle if you are afraid to drive it or put miles on it? Okay, now I just say vehicle, but it could be anything, right? What's the point of going and buying a brand new vehicle if you're scared to put the miles on it, you're scared for the tires to get dirty, right? You're scared. It's no point in purchasing the vehicle. And this could be a lot of things in your life. Stop being so afraid of things. When you have faith, you don't have to be afraid, you know? So I don't know, it's something about someone feeling afraid about something.
So what is fear?
Fear is false expectations appearing real.
Exactly. Remember that. False or forced expectation that only appears to be real. See, the impact of fear, when fear grip you, the impact of it is actually all in your perception. The whole thing. Because fear is an illusion.
You was testing me, weren't you? You wanted to see if I remember my acronyms. I need some coffee. Look, hit that Cash App on there. Auntie needs some coffee this morning. Give me some coffee. Hype me up. Give me some coffee. All right, y'all. Let's get some energy. I'm trying to wake up for y'all. I feel good though in my spirit. Let's see. What's the energy? Okay, Judgment. I like that. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges, you know, and maybe you didn't understand that at one point. You know, you could have been a person like me. I used to be like, this is not fair, God. Why do I have to be the one that has to endure? Why do I have to be the strong one? Why? This is not fair. I didn't ask for this. I didn't sign up. That was me all day. I ain't signed up. I used to be telling God, like, I did not ask for this life. Right? And I feel like, you know, we have all understood that, you know, we all have our unique path, and we all have challenges. You know, we all pretty much have the same story. It's just written a little bit different. You know, a couple chapters might be off, but, you know, the energy is the same. You know, we are beings that are meant to overcome challenges. You know, we are the problem solvers of humanity. That's what we were born to do, right? We were sent here to solve problems. That's why many of you guys, you know, you've always been that mediator, you know, like the divine mediator between the heavens and earth. You know, you were always the one that had a balanced head, right? You could always be the one that was level-headed, right? You were able to use you know, your logic over your heart in a lot of situations, because if not, your heart would have got you in trouble, right? So Judgment is here. I like this energy. Judgment is like accountability, you know? Judgment is when you like really start, you know, looking at self. You don't go outside and be like, oh, she did this, he did this. You look at yourself and you're like, girl, you need to fix this about you, right? Because, you know, it's so easy to go outside of ourselves and look at what people need to fix, but we hate to look at ourselves, don't we? We hate to look at ourselves. We can't stand to do that, but we'll go and destroy another human with our words, you know, about how they dress or about how they look or who they date or what they did, and, you know, when we should be focusing on self. You know, I'm all about self.
Balance came out, like she was just talking about. Actually, I got balance, cycle, perseverance, right? And I usually go with the footnote, but I'm gonna just jump off of my intuition. Balance the cycle and preserve yourself. We spoke to somebody about this yesterday. They actually had a strong Two of Pentacles in their reading, right? And when you're going through cycles, it's imperative that you find a way to balance yourself out, because, you know, cycles, they can make us and they can break us. Like, you know how you get stranded in them cycles of life, and maybe you lose yourself or maybe you lose your way. So Spirit is saying find balance, right? Find balance.
It's like when your washing machine gets stuck with the water in it.
It preserves you. Like, you know, balancing yourself out during your cycle, it gives you perseverance, and you don't feel like it all the time. But it's like the energy, God is with you, yeah, but I don't feel like it. You know, that kind of energy, but balance it. Just know that God is with you, right? You're being told that hard work is important, but so is quality time with your loved ones. The balance between work, play, family, and career must be maintained for overall wholeness and success. I'm gonna leave that right there.
So I just had a download. Spirit be giving me different different ways to connect with you guys. And I just had a download about Tom and Jerry, right? You remember the cartoon, and it was the mouse and the cat, right? And the cat will run around every single cartoon trying to chase the mouse and catch him. Well, this is you. You know, you are the mouse, and there has been a spirit that has been chasing you down since childhood. And this thing has been chasing you, and it cannot catch you, right? It's like this thing has been chasing you down so bad, and it cannot catch you. And it gets so close to you, but it can never catch you. So someone needs to know you're doing a good job. You're ducking and dodging things, you know, darkness, right? You're overcoming depression and anxiety. Why? Because you're taking heed of what's going on. You know this thing is chasing you down, and someone's like, I refuse to keep giving in to the spirit, right? So yeah, it's kind of like Tom and Jerry, you know. I seen the spirit just chasing you all around, but it can't get you. It gets so close, and it have you right there, and it be like, bloop, and then you slip away. Right? Something about that. I don't know. Tom and Jerry could be significant here. Let's see. We got honesty, and I love this for you. You know, being your honest self, being your truth is getting you exactly what you want. See, some of you guys, at one point in life, you didn't get what you want. I know I didn't, because you couldn't tell the truth. You couldn't be exactly who you wanted to be. And until I'm going to use me, until I could embrace myself 100% honestly and who I am and what I represent, right? Then I couldn't find freedom. But living in your truth allows you to find freedom. It allows you to be at peace. It's your birthright, right? But you have to be okay with being honest. And it says, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect the truth from myself. And that's something I had to learn. While I may not be able to get the truth out of him or her, I got to be able to get the truth out of the truth. The truth has to come from somewhere, right? So it has to be me, right? And guess what? God resonates with the truth, because he don't know nothing about a lie. And if you lie, he don't know nothing about you. And I had to tell myself, how can you call yourself this if you keep lying about who you are? See, because it could be small things. You could be lying about who you are, your sexuality. You could be lying about, you know, what you truly desire in your heart. You could be lying about whatever.
Time out, hold up. That's a big one right there. Stop real quick. Lying about your sexuality, right? I feel that energy. Spirit, like, speak out and speak up, right? If you out here moving in 2025 and you lying about your sexuality,
right, for what?
What's the point? Because people can look at you and see you.
They know what's up.
And I tell, it's funny because my last few relationships that I was in, that was the thing I had to explain to people. And I believe my intuition might have been kicking in even before I ascended. I used to be like, be honest about what it is that you want to do sexually, right? Because people have such they have such a hidden energy. And I at first I used to think it was men that did it, right? Because I used to see men and know, like, yo, ain't right, you know what I'm saying? But then I came to find out it's actually a lot of divine feminine that do it. They sit there and desire so many things, but then when it comes to expressing it, it's like, so begin to be expressive about who you are, because Spirit said people can see you anyway.
Okay. Good energy.
Trust, likeness, and growth, right? The cards, they pretty much self-explanatory. Trust, likeness, and growth, because you've been trusting darkness long enough, it ain't getting you nowhere. So somebody, you need to trust in likeness, right? And stop being so moved by people's reaction. People show you reactions to get a reaction. You gotta be wiser than people, right? Trust in likeness and growth. Because if you continue to trust in darkness and the energy of darkness, it's showing you you're not growing, you descending. What you gonna descend into, the energy of human sacrifice? Because that's where it's taking you. If you're a person walking around with dark, foul spirits, guess what? They not gonna let you have balance. When you done with them, they far from done with you. You heard me? Yeah, spirit. When you done with the foul, baneful spirits, they far from done with you. I know a few people, they actually went crazy.
I was gonna say my
Because
mom
of-
playing tricks on me.
because of what spirits they chose to rock with at the time. Is like the warnings come like, I wouldn't do that if I was you. But the spirit, it fused them, so they run. And then, okay, now it gets to a point where you don't want it no more. There's too much darkness.
Guess
It's
what?
affecting your body now, right? You feeling pains now.
But the spirits don't want to go back.
They not going to leave you alone.
When you conjure them spirits up, they don't want to go back. They happy to get out. They are so happy to get released.
And you know what? Thank you, Spirit. Spirit says, my spirits tell me that when you conjure up foul spirits and you get so weak, they love when you get weak and you can't control yourself because you can't control them. That's when they really get to terrorize your life. That's why I see a lot of people who done that and went in big projects with the baneful magic. Their mind is spinning because that's what they want. See, baneful spirit want your mind because if they control your crown, everything else gonna follow.
You know, when they control your crown chakra, you unalive yourself.
That's right.
You know, the devil's lazy. The devil doesn't want to do hard work. The devil does not want to do any hard work, so he's patient. You know, evil is very patient. Evil will wait your whole life to see if he can get you right before you go out. Right? Evil is very, very patient. So evil will always use your own mind to self-sabotage, to try to unalive you, to get you to move away from whatever it is that God is telling you to do. Evil's gonna always be sitting there whispering, chasing you like Tom and Jerry, like the cat.
That's
right?
right.
Trying to get you down. Almost got you, but you get away every time, right? You gotta remember this. Like, it's that kind of energy. You know?
No doubt.
It says trust. We got
Oh,
trust
look.
showing up.
Double trust.
Okay?
Double trust out here.
It says, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Remember I was talking about that? Those trickster spirits, you know? Knowing when God is talking to you and knowing when it's yourself, knowing when it's evil. Because sometimes it ain't even the devil. Sometimes it's your own
It's your
negativity.
own mind.
It's your own negative thoughts.
But
It's your
that's
own mind that stops you from doing, look, patience.
Spending too much time in negative areas. Your
Okay.
own mind will do it.
Yeah. What do you say? You told me somebody, I think your old pastor said, your mind is the worst playground or something.
Mine is a terrible neighborhood to be in when you unbalanced.
There you go.
Your own mind.
Your own mind.
Bad neighborhood.
You know? And I know everything that we're saying is real because we went to church yesterday. And when we went to church yesterday, the pastor said everything that we talked about last week.
He did.
Everything we talked about last week, he said in service yesterday.
And then had the nerve to look up and
And
say,
then he looked at us.
your ancestors.
And I was
I
like,
said, oh, we talking about ancestors
okay,
and everything.
all right,
Okay.
all right, God, you showing us that we on the right track. You know?
I like that kind of energy.
I did.
You know, High Priest was speaking about the mind. For my ones that think you strong, I see 842.
Okay.
For the people that say that they're strong-minded, right? Put yourself to the test.
Right.
And say this. If you're strong-minded, right? How much your mind is only going to be as strong as the environment that you allow yourself to be in. So if you're in a negative environment and you got to produce negative thoughts, you got to steal, scam, lie, rob, you know, walk around unnatural, you got people that cut themselves open and add things to their body. I don't knock them, right? Everybody can choose. But the more and more that you do these and spend your time in these areas, it shows up on you in a way where you cannot control it. See, the spirits are more, I told somebody yesterday, we can do, but spirits do more. Light or dark. No matter what you do, remember, spirits can do more. And that time is different. That's why it's not good to think you won against a negative spirit, right?
Patient.
You better go, they patient. Remember, we said baneful spirits will put a finger on you. And then 20 years later, another finger. And
They
then
very
10 more,
patient.
the hand.
Because
They'll wait
evil's
50
lazy.
years.
They
Yeah,
don't-
50
evil-
years to bind you.
You got to think evil is lazy. Evil wants to do everything shortcut. So evil is not out here, really trying to do anything to you. Evil wants you to do it to yourself, because evil is lazy. It's too many people to try to consume, to just spend all the time on you. So I just put my hand right here, and when I got my hand right here, you gonna make the rest happen.
That's right.
Right? Because you never got that hand off of you. When that one hand touched you, you never wiped it off. You never cleaned it off. You let that one finger sit there.
And live on
And guess
it.
what? They say one bad apple will spoil a bunch. And it's true. I seen it.
Fight your battle.
Okay?
Fight your battle. Spirit say fight your battle.
Now we got patience, and it says, I accept everything happens in divine order. Someone's like, okay. Someone's understanding that, your life was really predestined. God already knew. You already spoke with God. You guys already agreed on your life here. And some of you guys, well, I don't remember agreeing to this. Well, guess what? You were never meant here to be a person. You a chosen one. You ain't a victim. Okay?
That's right.
You are a victim, not a chosen one. This the life you're supposed to live.
Right.
You are a victim, not a chosen one. This the life you're supposed to live.
You ain't
supposed to run. All right? So it's like, some of you guys like, I wouldn't have picked this family. Well, you did.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you was up there, you understand. See, when you were up there, it was different before you got back here. When you were up there, you were really just looking down like, I can help these people, because you're empathetic. You are a being that was made from love, right? You come from a nurturing, loving nature. So when you were there, you were like, okay, they are really bad. I gotta go down here and fix these people. And God, like, all right, look, this is they probably from the bottom of the crop, but look, you gonna go down here and you're going to break this curse on this tribe, because these are my people that have gone astray from me. So you chose this life, okay? So you have a job to do, and nobody can do it like you. So you have to be just as patient as evil with yourself, right? You have to be patient. I know you might be tired. I am too. I went to sleep probably about 2 o'clock last night, but guess what? I knew that God said we got to get up every morning and do this morning show. So I had to get up. Do I feel tired? Yes. And guess what? We got work after this, right? But guess what? You got to keep going. See, you chose this life because you was about this life, right? And I know sometimes when we get here, it's like, it seems like I couldn't have chose this. Well, you did. See, sometimes you forget, in what's inside of you. And then once you remember who you are, your Akashic records start kicking in. You start remembering things that you thought you forgot. You start really understanding the mission, because you're here on a mission. See, you are a spiritual being here to have a physical experience on the earth. Okay? So I feel like this is just accountability energy. This is good energy, starting the week off. Trust, honesty, judgment, and patience. There's someone, and it's like, you're tired of playing victim. You're tired of always wanting to be the one that, is right. You're looking at yourself and like, maybe I'm not right in every situation. Lord, I need help. I need help, Lord. I need help.
You heard me.
I don't know
What to do. And so I call. I call on you.
I call on you. I need help, and that's beautiful. See, that's why you're supposed to stay prayed up while you're here, because we already knew that the battles we chose, the lives we chose, they were rough. I ain't never seen none of the prophets have an easy life. Them people walked miles and miles to get to food and water and all kinds of different things. They walked. Okay? It was nothing easy about anything that I watched them do or anything that I read. Right? It was all about overcoming challenges. So don't get stuck when challenges arise. Step up there, put your big girl panties on, your big boy boxers, right? And see how you can tackle that thing head on. I noticed that when I began to tackle my problems head on, I'm not scared, I'm not afraid, I just deal with it, I conquer. Right? When I begin to be afraid and I run from things, it makes me weak.
Transition reflection. That's what we got. Transition reflection. Like the cards speaking pretty much for themselves. It's on you. Like, it's a lot of people I feel they want to be right? Be who you say you are.
If you are who you say you
It's important. Be who you say you
are, a
are.
superstar,
You know?
then have no fear.
And self-love with the peacock. Because if you don't love yourself, nobody else will. And that's real. Like, see, me, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I love the message I bring because it's no nonsense. Like, I'm not here to encourage you to be phony. So if that's what you're looking for, which a lot of people are, they have a lot of phony rhythms in their life, and they want somebody to stroke their ego and do that. I can't do that. Transition, reflection, you heard, make that change, right? It's gonna feel real good. Jam on, right? You gotta lift yourself. You know it. You got to, right? And that song I was just saying is Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson, right? That's where your transition starts, right in the mirror. Not outside you, not around you, not looking for validation from others. And definitely, if you're a person out here waging warfare spiritually, be careful, because I know I see some powerful people who waking up and they got destructive forces with them. I'm talking about some people that might have been asleep their whole life. Well, right now it ain't safe to be effing with those kind of people that's waking up, stepping into their power. Yeah, it's really real. Everything real in the spirit. Trying to tell you how it is. I'm kind of hoping you hear me. It's like
some of us have angels, some of us have demons.
Who knew the meaning? We stuck in between it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was your reading, y'all. We love you guys so much. We hope you guys enjoyed the message. We will catch you guys later this afternoon. Hey. You can always check us out on YouTube. We're Elemental Beings Divine News. Thank you guys for all of your support, all of your donations, all of your love, your light, your energy. Okay, we really appreciate you guys. Hey, I hope you have a good day now. Yeah, a good day. Hey, I need some coffee. Hey, and I don't drink it. Hey, but I want it. I need some coffee, y'all. Help me out. Hey, I need some coffee, y'all. I'm up now. I got up. When I first got on here, I was like, oh my gosh. It's like, hey, I need my coffee. I said, hey, mocha. Hey, mocha baby. I just be making up anything. I need to stop playing with y'all. I told y'all I'm addicted to freestyles. Hey, I need my coffee. Hey, hit me on my Cash App. I need some coffee. I love y'all. I'll be trying to get that coffee. Hit us on the Cash App. We need some coffee. Hey.
We need some coffee. Hit us on the Cash App.
Hey.
The Cash App on the page.
We need some coffee.
You have not
because you asked not. Now
so
we asking
y'all, we
for
need
some coffee. We need some coffee. Let me get out y'all face. Bye, y'all. We love y'all, but we do need some coffee. Love y'all. See y'all later. You need some too. I don't even drink coffee. I was sleepy, y'all. I gotta get up. About to go bust these little couple hours out. Hey, we gotta work now. But we need coffee. Hey, we got to work now. Hey, but we need coffee.